You were and you are an energetic match to this individual. Now, initially, when I first, wanted to do this reading, it was entitled "You Are an Energetic Match," talking about being a match to a healthy partner. But the devil card came out first, and I kind of guess where this reading was going. So it's like spirit wanted me to talk about the past, right? So basically, I feel like in the past you were connected to someone that was extremely toxic, and we all have light and shadow aspects within ourselves. And I feel like at the time when you connected to this individual, you was not in your power. Maybe you were going through a situation, maybe you're going through a stage in your life where you felt like you were non-deserving, and when you got involved with this energy, it was almost as if they triggered some emotions that you withheld that you needed to heal. So they triggered your abandonment wounds, they triggered your fears about being deserving, being desired, and that was spirit's way of showing you during this time, right, that during this time of when you were with this person, because you may have felt like it was a punishment, and it must have felt extremely uncomfortable, because I feel like the connection was extremely heavy, extremely toxic. I'm hearing the word parasitic, whereby you may have felt so consumed by this individual. I really apologize for that noise, right? I'm doing this video in my kitchen. So you may have felt like this individual was triggering your father wounds, your mother wounds, and you were repelled by them, but at the same time you felt compelled to stay in this dynamic. And it was for you to see the parts of yourself that needed to be healed, because you attracted to you at the time someone that was reflecting back onto you about the parts of you that you tried to stuff down and that you needed to heal. So you needed to work on your boundaries, because this person crossed a lot of boundaries. They did the most. They disrespected you, and spirit is saying you disrespected yourself by staying with someone like this. And you may have told yourself, this is what I deserve. And you may have felt you deserve this type of treatment because maybe you were so used to connecting with people like this. So you kind of felt like, oh, I know this energy. I'm used to this energy. I deserve this energy, which wasn't true. It wasn't true. But it was for you to see that you desired what you desired. You weren't going to find it in this person. And this person was reflecting back parts of yourself that needed healing back to you. And I say this because it's happened to me on numerous occasions when I was much younger, in my 20s. And I used to be so confused. But I feel like with the last actual connection I was with someone with this type of energy, they were a narcissist. This is giving me narcissistic vibes. It forced me into my self-love healing journey. And I feel like this person forced you into your self-love healing journey because you felt trapped. You may have felt like, if I leave this person, then that reinforces that I'm not loved. That reinforces that I can't keep a partner. But then if I stay with this person, I'm in an emotional prison. I'm in an emotional hell. So you were very confused, and you were attracting back a person that was equally as confused. They were wishy-washy with their emotions. They could see that you weren't valuing yourself. You weren't respecting yourself. So therefore, they were, acting in the same way towards you. It's like they were pushing the boundaries. And you may have found yourself acting out in certain ways, being argumentative because you weren't getting the emotions that you wanted to gain from this person. And it's like you were trying to fight this person to love you, when in actual fact you needed to love yourself. And this person could see that you wanted the love, and they were dangling the love over your head like it was a carrot. And at the same time, they were very controlling, and you may have felt, oh, that's love, but at the same time, even though they were controlling, they weren't making you feel a sense of comfort. They weren't making you feel as though you were desired. It was just, it was very uncomfortable. And it's like you may have felt to yourself, if only I can get this person to love me, then our relationship will be good. But no, this person was in a lot of inner turmoil themselves, very toxic. They possibly could have had addictions, or they're definitely a narcissist. I'm not saying you are one, but I'm just saying that this person was extremely low vibrational, and they fed into the parts of you that were lacking, and they exaggerated those parts of you. And the only way you could come out of this situation, the only way you came out of this situation, was to realize, no, I'm not putting up with this. I deserve much more. The reason why you attracted this person, because you are on a frequency of lack. You are on a frequency of not feeling desired, not feeling deserved. Spirit like, look, send them in, right? And I'm not saying that we encounter people like this because we deserve to, right? But every single interaction with people, especially people like this, we always learn lessons, and it is for our evolution, it's for our growth. And we can meet people like this in family settings, in group settings, in friendship settings, in any type of setting. But you always learn a lesson when you look back in hindsight. And your lesson was, okay, at the time I weren't in my power. I was a match to someone like this, not because I'm like that person, but because I wasn't stepping up to the standards that I should have been stepping up to, because I needed to go and do the work. I needed to unpack a lot. And once I unpack a lot, then I realized that this person's not a match. They're not on my level. There was a refusal to unpack. There was a refusal to heal. There was a refusal to maybe look at father wounds, because outside of this connection, you could have still had toxic traits, hanging on to people that you should have let go of, and all the rest of it. So that's why this person came in, right? And once you left this person, or once you were away from this person, you may have noticed that your life was much peaceful. And the only time you felt a sense of happiness and rest was when this person wasn't around you, because you wanted it to be, something that, and in some cases it may have had positive attributes, but that was in small pockets. Because when this person wasn't around, that's the only time you felt happy. That's the only time you could rest, because maybe this person had addictions. Maybe this individual, I feel, were attached to toxic people as well. That was affecting your connection with them, and they were in refusal to let these people go. But maybe you felt to yourself, oh, this is what I deserve. I have to stay with this person because, I love this person, or the intimacy is fire, it's dope. It was all of that. But at the same time, it wasn't feeding your soul, For some of you, yes, there was a soul connection there. There was times when you felt like you were on the same page. There were times when you felt like, you know what, we can really give this situation a go. But then the reality of the situation crept in to make you see that it's not going to change. It's going to get worse. We're going to keep arguing over their behavior. Their behavior is getting worse. It's not going to change. And this connection forced you to go into some type of spiritual evolution and to rely on self. And it may have made your connection with Source, God, whoever you believe in, more deeper. And it made you put your trust into God. And it made you believe that, you are deserving of the very best, and there's no need to lower your standards to someone that, only meets you halfway. No one's perfect, but no one deserves this. And I feel like the connection came to a very, very bitter end. It ended abruptly, and it was Spirit's way of intervening, because Spirit was like, you're not going to end this, so we're going to end this for you. We're going to separate you, or something drastic happened here to make you and this person separate. And it forced you, I think these two cards should have been the other way around, but it forced you into your power. You stepped into your power. You saw how ferocious you were. You saw how resilient you were. And maybe you felt like you only needed to be with a person to be resilient. It's only when you stepped away from that person, or when Spirit intervened, you realize, hold on a minute, I'm powerful all on my own. I don't need to look outside myself to gain power, right? Now, you are going to attract someone that is very high vibrational, someone that is creative, someone that is expressive with love, someone that doesn't control how they feel about you, someone that doesn't make you beg for love, right? Someone that is on your level, someone that is fun, someone that is self-expressive, someone that is passionate as well. Okay, this person's passionate about their life, they have self-respect, they're jovial, they're charismatic. They could be a business owner, but they're ambitious regardless of what job title they do. Very ambitious. And this person is not deceitful. This person is loyal. You know, this person does not play mind games. This person is spiritual as well, whether they are aware of it or not. But this person and yourself will have that soul connection. The reason being is because after that ending, and it could have been many endings, it could have been 2 very toxic relationships that you were in, right? And at the time, you may have felt like, this is what I deserve. So that's what you attracted. You didn't set a standard for yourself. And that's why you were attracting these people. But it's like Spirit was saying, you're not going to attract these people no more. We're going to force you into your self-love healing journey. We're going to force you to have standards. And by you daring, it's like at the time you may have felt like, I don't have like the audacity of me to even think that I can meet someone that I dream of meeting. And Spirit's like, we want you to have the audacity. We want you to be bold. We want you to be unapologetic about having the audacity. So you got to work. Started your self-love healing journey. Started to take yourself seriously. Started to pour into yourself. Started to love yourself. Some of you went traveling. Some of you completed a course. Some of you went to healing centers. Some of you decided to take meditation, prayers, chakra healing very seriously. Some of you really upped on your meditation, journaling, manifestations. You were on this thing, right? And you acted accordingly. You put in the work. And many individuals that weren't on your level, they will move away from you. They knew that they weren't an energetic match. So you would find, or you will start finding, if you start doing things like this, start taking these types of steps, that people that are on a low vibration, they won't want to be around you. They will not want to be around you because it's almost as if they'll be repelled by your light. Okay. But you will get the same obsessive type individuals that are, wanting to sniff around you, etc. And it's for you to say to them, no. Either you say it in word or you put up an energetic boundary. Because if you continue to invite these individuals back into your life, whether they're friends or family, and it could also mean true, like maybe in the past you were connected to toxic family members and that's all you knew, that energy registered with you. So when you met partners with the same energy signature that were toxic, you couldn't really read between the lines because you were so used to, like, maybe your father, maybe your mother, maybe your siblings, maybe a friend or a boss or whatever, behaving in the same manner. So you thought this was normal. So when you got into a romantic relationship with someone like this, someone that was controlling, someone that was manipulative, you couldn't see how you even ended up in these dynamics. It was because of who you were around, right? And it was about you clocking that final boss. Like in Mario, right? When he has to clock the different bosses. This is the final boss to clock the whole game. And then Spirit's like, boom, we're going to give you a life partner. We are going to give you your energetic match. We're going to make you believe that dreams really do come true. Okay? Just saw my notification, the Dream Clairvoyant, as I said that, right? She's a tarot reader. Go and check her out. She's dope. But yeah, you had the audacity to want better for yourself. And Spirit was like, we were just waiting for you. When the student's ready, the teacher will appear. You are a co-creator. You are a master manifester. But Spirit wanted you to amp up your energy before they brought this individual in, before they bring this individual in, because this person is here for the taking. You're going to feel like all your dreams and wishes have come true, right? This person may not be your usual type, but they will be the energy signature that you wanted. If you look back at your manifestation list, this person's going to be it. Some of you are urged to write out your manifestation list. Write out how the person makes you feel. Write out what role this person does. Write out, is this person ambitious? Does this person want children? Will this person get on with your family members? Will this person want to go out on dates? Will they want to stay indoors? Can this person cook? Do they like to do chores? Like, you have to be very specific. Don't really worry about what this person looks like. Be very specific. Are they charitable? Are they selfish? Are they loving? Are they mean? How do they behave after an argument? Do they shut down? Do they cut you off for, a week or so? Or do they want to work things out? These are the type of things that you need to, do they like animals? Do they like sports? Be very specific. And I feel like you decided to really change your life around. You started to do things that you enjoyed. And maybe it may have felt a little bit uncomfortable at first because you're coming out of your comfort zone. And maybe you felt like, I need a person to do this with. But that is not true. You started to become your own best friend and you started to raise your vibrations, right? And you're going to connect with someone that is in that same energy, someone that's been single for a long time, someone that's been looking for someone like you, someone that is trustworthy, open, someone that is very spiritual, but they may not know they're spiritual, but someone that could possibly know they're spiritual, someone that's very private. So not going to have your business out there on the road. They're not going to be telling everyone about what you both do in the bedroom. It's just not one of them. This is like, and not in a detrimental way, but even though they're gloating, it's still spilling the tea on privacy. That weren't meant to rhyme, guys. But I feel like this person's going to treat your connection as very sacred. This is going to be a deep spiritual bond. You could have 12 house connections with this individual, right? This person, I feel, is going to be extremely ambitious. They could be very well respected in the public eye. This person, I feel, could have their sun conjunct in their MC, or, their Jupiter conjunct in their MC, or their moon conjuncting their MC, right? But I feel like this person is very visible. They are very well sought after in business, in love, but they're only going to want you. I feel like this person is your match. I feel like this person is very traditional. I feel like this person could be extremely private. This person could be close to their mother. This person could be very motherly, even if they're a male or if they're female. They will want children and they will be very compassionate, and it's all a testament to you. This person is going to be an energetic match to you, and Spirit is saying congratulations in advance, or congratulations if you met this person now. This is your good karma season, right? And may it continue. But this is Spirit's way of saying what you went through in the past wasn't in vain. We had this person waiting for you, but you had to go through certain lessons before we presented this person to you. Because if we presented this person to you much sooner, you would not have been an energetic match. You will still be, caught up on whoever you are caught up on, because it wasn't an addictive relationship, and you would not have appreciated this person. The only way you will appreciate this person is if you do the work, is if you become the better version of yourself, so that when we connect you to this individual, you appreciate it. And this person is your energetic match. No one is not perfect. This reading's not saying you're never going to argue, you're never going to disagree. No, but you will have the same fundamental outlook in regards to what a relationship entails. One thing is for sure, this person is loyal. You will not have to doubt, if they are stepping out on you. You will not have to second guess. They will be extremely honest and open to you. You two will be like each other's diary. You'll tell each other your innermost secrets, and you'll both give each other advice. Maybe this person could be logical and give you business advice. Maybe you could be more spiritual and you can give them spiritual teachings or help or outlooks, right? Or vice versa. Maybe they're very spiritual and maybe you're very 3D based, right? But you will both be a match. You'll both help each other. They will help you tap into sides of yourself that you never ever thought were there. And you're going to look back on the past and you're going to think, what was I even doing? Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. You deserve this. You or the person or people mentioned in this reading could be of the signs Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Capricorn, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith.